Namaste friends. A very warm welcome to Sayuj Yoga with Prutha and Hardik. My name is Hardik Mehta. Friends, do like, share and subscribe our channel, and also do not forget to press the bell icon for regular updates about our video. In today's video, we are going to learn about the 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. So friends, there are total 22 skull bones, which consist of flat and irregular bones that are connected together by suture joints, making it look like creepy 3D jigsaw puzzle. The 22 skull bones make up part of the axial skeleton, and they can be divided into two main sections, that is 8 cranial bones and 14 facial bones. So friends, here is a cool thing to remember about the skull bones in the cranium. Two bones come in pairs and all others are single bones. The facial bones are completely opposite of the cranium bones. You have two single bones and rest are pairs. So let's start with the 8 cranial bones. I will first start with the pair bones. So parietal bones. As the name suggests, the first pair of bones in the cranium are the parietal bones. The word parietal sounds similar to the pair, so that can help you remember that there are two of them. The word parietal means wall, and these bones make up the walls on the side of the cranium. Let's move to the next bone, temporal bones. If you get a headache from studying anatomy, or if you get a headache from watching my videos, you might want to massage the sides of your temples to relieve the pressure. Guess what those paired bones are called? Yes, you have guessed it right. They are called as temporal bones. They are located just inferior or lower to the parietal bones. Now all the rest of the cranial bones are single and ready to mingle. So frontal bone. Now look at your forehead. It makes up the front of your cranium and also covers the frontal lobe of your brain. Guess what it's called? Yes, you have guessed it correctly. It is called as frontal bone. So easy to remember. Forehead and frontal both start with F. So this is probably the easiest cranial bone to remember. Let's move to the next bone, sphenoid bone. Now this bone looks like a butterfly. So this butterfly shaped bone articulates with all the cranial bones and spans the entire width of the cranium, which you can see when you look at an inferior view of the skull. Many people think that it looks like a butterfly or bat, but it also looks like a spectre. What is a spectre? Spectre is sometimes called as a ghost. Don't be fooled by its lateral appearance. Okay, when you watch it from lateral side, it looks very small bone. But when you look it from the front, sphenoid is one large bone that spans the cranium. Now let's move to the next bone, ethmoid bone. Ethmoid comes from a word that means a strainer. That's because the top of this bone has something called as cribriform plates that contains tiny holes. So you must have seen a strainer. It contains tiny hole. Similarly, the top of this bone looks like that, and it resembles a strainer. It is located inferior to the frontal bone and between the sphenoid and nasal bones. It is mostly enclosed or encased within the skull. That's how I remember this one. The ethmoid is the enclosed cranial bone. So let's move to the next bone, occipital bone. The word occipital literally means back of the head. It covers the occipital lobe of the brain, which processes visual image. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people that our eyes are in front, yet the part of the brain that processes visual images is located in the back of the head. But it makes perfect sense to me because I also happen to have eyes on the back of my head. So friends, here is a quick mnemonic to remember all the 8 cranial bones and in an order from front to back. So remember this mnemonic. Essential financial services puts tax on others. Essential indicates ethmoid, financial for frontal, services for sphenoid, puts for parietal, tax for temporal, on others for occipital. So friends, you can remember all the 8 cranial bones very easily if you remember this mnemonic. Now friends, let's move towards the 14 facial bones, and all of them are pairs of bones except for 2. So I will cover those 2 bones first. Mandible. Mandible is a jaw bone. The mandible is actually the strongest bone in our face. So friends, let's move towards the next bone, which is called as vomer. This thin flat bone forms the inferior part of the nasal septum. You can only see a small part of it when you look at the skull from the anterior view, because it extends deep inside the skull. You can see it better when looking at the inferior view of the skull. Now friends, all the rest of these facial bones are pairs. So let's move towards the pair of bones now. Nasal bones. The nasal bones are the easiest facial bones to remember because they make up the bridge of the nose. And you should know where your nose is located. Just joking. Now friends, let's move towards the next pair of bone, which is called as inferior nasal concha. These bones are easy to locate if you let the name help you. Inferior is a directional term which we use in anatomy that means lower. Nasal means related to the nose, and concha means shell shape, like a conch. Put them together and you have got shell shaped bones in the lower part of the nose. Let's move towards the next bone. Lacrimal bones. The lacrimal bones are also easy to remember. Have you ever seen someone with lacrimal fluid all over their face? You don't know what is lacrimal fluid? Anatomy class can bring out your lacrimal fluid if you let it. Lacrimal fluid is another name for tears. Where are the lacrimal bones located? They are located right next to your tear ducts. Now let's move towards the next pair of bones. Palatine bones. How can you remember the palatine bones? Inside the roof of your mouth, you have a hard palate. That palate is hard because there are bones behind that tissue. The palatine bones make up the posterior palate. Palatine is equals to posterior palate. So you can remember it like that. Now let's move towards the next pair of bone. They are called as zygomatic bones. The zygomatic bones are your cheekbones. Very easy to remember. And now let's move towards the next pair of bones, which is called as maxilla. The maxilla or maxillary bones make up the maximum area of the face. So you can remember it like that. It makes up the maximum area of the face. That's how you can remember this bones. Maxilla is equals to maximum part of the face. So friends, how to remember this 14 facial bones easily? So remember this mnemonic. Many monkeys live in very nice public zoos. Yes friend, there are lots of monkeys and they live in a nice public zoos. So you can remember this mnemonic. Many monkeys live in very nice public zoos. Many stands for mandible, monkey stands for maxilla, live stands for lacrimals, in stands for inferior nasal concha, very stands for vomer, nice stands for nasal, public stands for palatine, zoo stands for zygomatic. So friends, there is something called as associated skull bones. Some bones are not considered part of the skull, but they still reside in that general area. Therefore, they are often considered as associated with skull. But they are not counted in your facial bones or neither in your cranial bones. So friends, there is something called as ear bones, also called as auditory ossicles. Now there are 3 bones on each side. So total 6 bones. And these 3 bones starting from the outer ear and moving towards the inner ear. The malleus, incus and stapes. Malleus means hammer, incus means anvil, stapes means stirrup. Now how to remember? Everybody knows MIS. You know MIS, when you are working in office, it is the most used word. We want MIS report and stuff like that. So you can remember MIS, malleus, incus and stapes, or you can remember HAS, hammer, anvil, stirrup, to help you keep the order correct, starting from the outer ear moving towards the inner ear. So remember MIS or remember HAS. Now let's move towards the other bone, which is also part of associated skull bones, hyoid bone. Now finally you also have another bone associated with the skull, the hyoid bone. This bone is shaped like a U and it doesn't attach to any other bones in the skull. Yes friends, it doesn't attach to any other bones in the skull. It is sometimes called the tongue bone because it is attached to the tongue and it assists in swallowing. Thank you friends for watching this video. I hope this video was helpful for you to remember the cranial and facial bones easily. Friends, do keep on watching our channel for more informative videos. Thank you and namaste.